What is going on, everyone? Here again. Here for you, some Call of Duty Black Ops 2, playing some Transit Zombies. We're in town right now, and I got a pretty interesting setup I want to talk about with you guys real quick before we get into this episode of Dear Nero. So basically, I'm using the B-23R Pack-a-Punched with a single 5.7 as my secondary, also Pack-a-Punched. And I feel as though this is a really good setup when you're playing zombies, because the 5.7 alone is like a one-shot headshot for a lot of rounds. I think maybe like round 15 or something ridiculous like that. Like, it is powerful. I don't even have double tap, and it's powerful. And B-23R is a secondary. When you pack a punch, B-23R becomes fully automatic, and it's pretty good that way as well. And the key to this is, one, I'm in town, right? A lot of people are comfortable in town. It feels like they can do good in town. And also, every couple rounds, the bus comes through, and I can grab ammo for my B-23R off the bus, and that's a great way to conserve ammo. Also, if you look where the turbine is, I have a jet gun now, and this is my first time ever having the jet gun, which is like the special buildable here in Transit, and it's pretty funny what happens with it. I hope you guys can enjoy that. Sit back, relax, and just watch me do terrible with a jet gun. But welcome to this week's episode of Dear Nero, a weekly series here on my channel where you guys send me and mail fan questions if you will. I feel as though it's a good question, an entertaining question, I go ahead and answer it. So let's hop into this with his first question. He writes, Dear Nero, we were supposed to go to the medieval times this year, but our school decided to get bulletproof windows and an armed guard. The school is about a minute from the police department, so I think it's pointless to have a guard. To you, my question is, do you think some schools or normal public places will become overprotected? Thanks, Mitch. So a lot of schools are doing this. Ever since Sandy Hook shootings, a lot of schools are looking at different measures and things they can do to make their schools safer. Because, let's face it, I mean, schools aren't that safe right now. And one of the things they're doing is armed guards, which I think armed guards is a great thing. That's an amazing thing. Like, I don't care if, how far away did he say the police department is? A 1 minute? Then that's nothing, man. 1 minute can be like 3 blocks, right? If you're in a car. So that's, for me, our high school, the high school in my town. Basically, the police department is I think it's maybe 3 blocks away from the high school. And even then, I think we're still getting an armed guard. I remember reading something in the newspaper about our high school is going to be getting an armed guard soon. And I think it's a good idea. The reason these schools are such easy targets, such ridiculously easy targets for these crazy shooters, is that there's nothing in there to stop them. Once they make their way into the school, there's absolutely nothing there to stop them. I mean, they can call the police, but until then, they can do whatever they want. They can literally just do whatever they want. They have a gun. Everyone else in the school doesn't. You think the faculty, the principals, the janitors, you got all the students. None of them are armed. None of them can defend themselves against a guy with a gun. Honestly, I would go the Old West approach, man. If your school doesn't have an armed guard, maybe implement it a little bit so that certain teachers can carry. Maybe some people think that's crazy, but of course there's going to be a whole just buttload of different kind of measures and background checks and rules to be put into place. If the teachers were to start carrying weapons, or even if my idea was give the principal a shotgun that would keep it in his office, just little things like that. But then again, now you gotta lock the office, you gotta make sure that nobody's getting in there, you gotta make sure the principal only has the key to unlock the shotgun and all this stuff. And you'd open up a whole can of worms with that. But honestly, I feel as though schools should become armed. I feel as though people within the school that aren't going to be hurting everybody should be able to carry a gun. And that's how you make these schools safer, honestly. That's my thoughts. That's just my opinion. If you may disagree, that's fine. That's just what I think should happen. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, who do you think is the funniest YouTuber you watch? By the way, I love your videos, especially the zombies. Keep working hard, keep posting great content. Sincerely, Mike from Arizona. So I bet you Mike from Arizona is very happy we got some zombie gameplay up for this week's episode. But who is the funniest YouTuber I watch? So I'm gonna have to come out here for a minute and just say I don't watch a whole lot of funny people on YouTube. Funny COD people. I watch tons of funny. My favorite things to watch are song parodies, but necessarily people within the Call of Duty community, I really don't watch a whole lot of people that do trolling videos or funny videos. Like, I watch Wildcat stuff when he actually does post them, but for the most part, like trolling videos, I just don't really care for trolling videos. For whatever reason, I don't really find them funny. Maybe I'm just a horrible person with no sense of humor, but I don't find trolling videos to be exceptionally funny. I do find other videos like with outside the Call of Duty community to be funny, and I like to watch those. Basically song parody stuff. That's all funny stuff for me. But people I have watched things like funtages. If it's like a viral funtage that everybody's watched, then I'll watch it, and chances are I'll find it funny. Just trolling, not really funny, but funtages are very funny. And like back in the Call of Duty 4 days, one of the montages was Montards Are Go. And they actually made a couple of sequels to that. But that was a really funny Funtage. What was the other one? Super Noobs and Modern Warfare 2. That was another Funtage series. Those are really funny, great videos. But simple trolling videos, not really my cup of tea. Next question. He writes, Dear Nero, I was wondering about your policy with open lobbies. I would really like to be able to play with you, but you never seem to do open lobbies. Do you just not have them, or am I missing something, or you just do them very rarely? Again, I would like to play with you. No homo. Great job on the vids, Benji. So open lobbies. I do open lobbies, very few and far between. And when I do open lobbies, it's off of Twitter. And it's always funny. People will be like, well, I don't have a Twitter. How do you plan to placate me? And, that kind of thing. And honestly, it's like there's no special rules. There's no special exceptions. If I do an open lobby, it'll be off of Twitter. And that's how it goes. I mean, if you don't have a Twitter, make a Twitter. They're fun. Twitter is a cool thing. Twitter is a really awesome thing. And but I do open lobbies. I used to do open lobbies all the time, but they were all really fun back then. But as of late, the past couple open lobbies I've had, like half people come in that don't have microphones, half people that come in they just don't speak, and it's just this really like awkward like thing. Like you come in here, like we'll have a full like open lobby of like 18 people, and like 4 people, including myself, will have a microphone. And it's like, well, what the hell? This is kind of stupid. But then again, there has been other open lobbies I've done in Black Ops 2 where everybody has a mic, and it's a super fun, entertaining, enjoyable thing. So open lobbies can be a cool thing. I should do them a lot more here in the future. One of the things I'm really going to try and do is the anniversary of me hitting 10th for Siege in Call of Duty World at War back in 2009 is coming up here in March, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I'm gonna test out some stuff, things I can do, and maybe if I can get a really long World at War live stream open lobby, that'd be kind of a cool thing. But live streaming takes a toll on your internet, so I'm going to need to make sure that while I'm streaming, everybody's not going to be lagging around. So I'm going to do a couple experimental streams between now and then, and we'll see how that goes. But I do plan to do some open lobbies here in the near future. But if you would like to get into an open lobby, it's off Twitter. I don't post videos. It's a waste of a video to say I'm doing an open lobby, or I don't use Facebook or anything like that. So just follow me on Twitter, and if I'm doing an open lobby, you'll see it. That's how this goes. Next question. He writes, Dear Nero, how did you come up with the name NerosCinema? Love your videos, and I aspire to be a YouTuber such as yourself. Tyler H. from Canada. So NerosCinema, when I made this channel, originally this was supposed to be a backup channel. I wanted it to be something similar to my name. It's called branding on YouTube. Like you try and do something, you try and have in a perfect world, everything's the same. Like you look at Woody's Gamertag, for example. His gamertag is Woody's Gamertag. His YouTube channel is Woody's Gamertag. His Twitter is Woody's Gamertag. My branding hasn't been so good. I have NerosCinema is my channel, SB Nero is my gamer tag, and Nero Tweets is my Twitter handle. Nero is always a part of that, but just getting them all together, making everything the same, everything just match perfectly, is kind of a difficult task sometimes. So I couldn't quite do that. But how I come up with NerosCinema, just trying to think of a name one day, and NerosCinema just kind of fit. I liked it. My channel is kind of like a cinema in a way, I guess, and my name's Nero. There you go. There wasn't a whole lot of thought that went into NerosCinema, but I think it turned out rather well, and I like the way it looks. Next question. He writes, Dear Nero, do you play any instruments? If not, what would you like to play? Max from Sweden. So I don't play any instruments as of right now. I shouldn't say that. I can play a mean recorder. If you want to hear hot cross buns, I'm your guy. I can play some hot cross buns on a recorder. If you guys don't know what a recorder is, it's kind of like a little flute. In a way, I learned how to play that in elementary school. Well, other than that, no, I don't play any instruments. What instruments would I like to learn to play? I would love to learn to be able to play the piano. And I'm not sure why. A lot of people are like, oh, I want to play guitar. I want to play the drums. I don't know. I'm weird. Maybe I'm different. Something about me, I'm just like, I would like to play the piano. Piano sounds like a cool instrument. But hope you guys will enjoy this week's episode of Dear Nero. We are quickly running out of time here, so we're going to go ahead and finish off this gameplay here on Transit. But if you guys like your question feature on next week's episode of Dear Nero, simply send me a personal message here on YouTube, the tagline reading Dear Nero. If it's a good question, an entertaining question, I go ahead and answer it. So until then, this has been Nero. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Please don't leave a rating. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.